Hello, it's Tom here, and I'll be filling in for JKap in today's Minecraft video. So today we're going to be reviewing the mod Cyan Warrior Swords, which adds 20 new swords into the game. So let's go into my mod template here and check them out. Alright, so I'm not going to go over every single crafting recipe, but I did lay them out for you in these chests so you guys could see what materials you would need if you were to craft these swords. So the first four swords, my bad, we have the earth sword, the water sword, the fire sword, and the thunder sword. So let's get those out of these chests. Alright, the next two is the wind sword, the crafting recipe here, and the light sword, same thing. And then for the last three, actually, let me grab those. I forgot to put them in the chest, but the last three are the dark sword, and let me see over here is the ender sword, and then the beast sword. So let's fly over here and test each one of them out. So the wood sword, when you right click this one, it summons 4 dirt columns and gives you a resistance effect. When you use the water sword, it summons 4 water columns and it gives you a water breathing effect. Now the fire sword, when you right click it, summons 4 fires and it gives you a fire resistance effect. The thunder sword summons 4 lightning strikes and it gives you speed effect, which I really like, one of my favorite swords. And now for the wind sword, when you right click this one, it gives you a jump boost and it gives you an actual jump boost, like it launches you up in the air and then gives you an actual jump boost effect along with speed. But since I had speed from the thunder sword, you couldn't really tell. Next we have the light sword, which when you right click it, it gives you night vision and invisibility, and when you hit a mob with the light sword, they get weakness and blindness. And with the dark sword, when you right click this one, it gives you blindness, night vision, and invisibility also. And when you hit a mob with it, it withers the mob and you get blindness. Now for the ender sword, when you right click this one, it throws an ender pearl and it works just like having an actual ender pearl. Just right click it, it throws one and you get teleported to where the ender pearl lands, just like an actual ender pearl. And next we have the beast sword, which when you right click this one, it summons a tame dog. So there you go. It's a bit glitch, but I hope you guys can see him right there. There he is. And be careful not to right click it when you're looking at the ground, because the dog will spawn in the ground and suffocate. And those were the first 9 basic swords of the mod, and next we're going to be looking at the level 1 upgrades. So let's do that now. Alright, for the level 1 upgrade swords, we have the meteor sword, which is an upgraded version of the fire sword, and here's its crafting recipe. And then we have the ice sword, which is an upgraded version of the water sword, and here's also its crafting recipe right there. And the next one we have is the thunder shock sword, upgraded version of the thunder sword obviously. And then we have the peaceful nature sword, which is an upgraded version of the earth sword. So let's go test these bad boys out. So the meteor sword, when you right click this one, it does the same thing as the fire sword, including the effects, but then it also launches a fire charge, just like a ghast would. So that's pretty cool. Then we have the ice sword. When you right click this one, it summons 4 ice columns and a snow golem. So that's pretty neat right there. Hello buddy, what's up, what you doing? Alright, now we have the thunder shock sword, and then I click this one. It does the same thing as a thunder sword, but the lightning is much stronger and yeah, gives you speed just like the thunder sword would. Then we have the peaceful nature sword. When you right click this one, it summons 4 log columns and it gives you resistance just like the earth sword would. And those were the level 1 upgrade swords, and next we're going to be looking at the level 2 upgrade sword. And alright, for the level 2 upgrade swords, we only have one, and it's called the Wild Nature Sword, and it's an upgrade from the Peaceful Nature Sword. So let's take this, go over here to our testing site, and right click it, and it summons 4 cactus columns, and then it gives you resistance just like the earth and peaceful nature sword. So yeah. And also, I almost forgot, when you hit a mob with this sword, the mob gets poisoned and takes damage over a duration of time. Usually it lasts around a few seconds or so. Alright, so the next category of swords we're going to be looking at are called sword mixing, and these are swords that are made up of two swords, which we've already looked at. So the first sword is the thunderstorm sword, which is a mixture of the thunder sword and the wind sword, and this here is its crafting recipe. Then we have the meteoric thunderstorm sword, which is a mixture of the meteor sword and then the thunderstorm sword. Thunderstorm. And here we have the Ender Fire Sword, which is a mixture of the Ender Sword and the Fire Sword. And then we have the Ender Wind Sword, which is a mixture of the Ender Sword and obviously the Wind Sword. The last two we have are the Ender Thunderstorm, and as you could guess, the Ender Sword and then the Thunder Sword. And then we have the Time Sword. This one is really cool right here, and then it's a mixture of the Dark Sword and the Light Sword. Let's take those, fly over, and test these guys out. So first we have the Thunderstorm Sword, which is, for me personally, my favorite sword in this mod, because when you right click it, it launches you to wherever you're pointing and summons awesome lightning and gives you super speed and jump boost. So this is really awesome, and if you keep right clicking, you just fly. You're just flying, and I just realized this could possibly kill you. Well, if you have the right armor and enchantments, you will become like super OP, and it's awesome. I love this. Yo, this is awesome. Alright, so let's go back to our testing site, and we're going to test out the meteoric thunderstorm sword, which you could guess is basically the meteor sword abilities mixed with the thunderstorm abilities. So you fly also, but then you launch a fire charge just like the meteor sword would. And again, this could possibly kill you, so I'd be careful with this sword. And next we have the Ender Fire Sword, which launches an Ender Pearl and then summons 4 fires around you, just like the Fire Sword would. Also gives you fire resistance, just like the Fire Sword. Next we have the Ender Wind Sword, which you could guess launches Ender Pearl and has the basic abilities of the wind, which gives you speed and jump boost. So yeah. Next we have the Ender Thunder Sword, which summons lightning and fires ender balls. So that's pretty cool. And last but not least, we have the Time Sword, which toggles the time from day to night, night to day, vice versa, as you guys can see right now. And it also has the same abilities as the Light Sword and the Darkness Sword, in where you have night vision and all that stuff, excluding the blindness that the Dark Sword had. And those were all 20 swords of the Cyan Warrior Swords mod. If you guys enjoyed the video, then please leave a like, favorite, comment, all that good stuff. And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel, JKapGaming. And if you want to see some videos from me, like some cool speed arts and stuff like that, then you could hop over to my channel, youtube.com/JustSketching. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching, and up and away, bro!